Relli told his friend that Rocky was a piece of shit and declared, I'm gonna beat this nigga up.
He just dropped the M word. What the fuck?
Wait. No, the fuck he didn't say that. We back, man. It's part 2 to the opening statement of the ASAP Rocky and Relli trial, man. We finna get into this, see what's going on, man. This shit been crazy. This shit been interesting, man. Let's get it.
The victim, Mr. Ephron.
I think this is Twelvyy right here. Just push Rocky away this way. And Ills is over here still like tussling with Relli. And we heard the gunshot, but it's all very grainy. You really can't tell, honestly, from my perspective. The fuck is this visual here? This is such a shit show. Can the fucking camera zoom out?
Again, I understand if you watch this video one time, you may not pick up these features, but as you watch...
All right, so they're saying Twelvy's in the red, Rocky's in the all black, Ills is right here, victim is on the far left.
And you'll also be able to tell when you watch these videos in sequence, because they walk in front of other cameras that are far more clear, that you can easily identify who is who on this video.
You can't.
They're saying this is Rocky
him.
right here.
You don't know who did what, nigga. Stop lying.
Oh.
You don't know who did what, nigga. Stop it.
That's Twelvyy over here on the left, and this is Ills. I don't know, dude.
I don't know who.
This is a shit show.
As we play the zoomed in version, you'll also see that Mr. Ephron is struggling with Ills. And what Mr. Ephron will tell you is that...
Oh, that's Ills. Okay.
Immediately as the defendant turned and pointed the gun at him, he jumped behind Ills, essentially to put Ills between him and the defendant. And you'll see on the video the defendant lunging one way and then the other way around Ills, trying to get at the victim who is holding Ills in front of him.
Dude, honestly though, Rocky, I love you, but if you really did this, you're a fucking idiot.
Right,
why are you trying to shoot someone in Hollywood with all the cameras everywhere and you ran around the block first? Fucking idiot. If you actually did this, bro. I don't care how mad you are.
You will hear that Mr. Ephron was not seriously injured by this shooting.
His knuckles were grazed. He didn't even have to go to the hospital the same night. Wait, that's it? Hold on, I thought it was going to be worse. That actually looks like he just punched the ground.
The nigga called the police. That's what's so crazy. You call the police and you got grazed, fam. Just take your lick and keep it pushing.
Bro.
Led him to believe that these were graze wounds from one of the bullets that was shot at him. Perhaps they were. Perhaps they were not. Whether or not...
Yeah, how this could just be from him falling. Like there was a whole tussle going on.
Bro.
He might not have even been shot. The prosecutor himself is saying perhaps they were not.
The victim in this case was actually shot or injured by this will not be something that you have to decide at the end of the case.
Okay, it's not something the jury has to decide.
And you'll see features of their clothing that you can match up to the clothing from the other videos that we've already watched. For instance, I mean, you can see just from Mr. Mayers' facial features that he's the one wearing all black.
They got side pictures of Rocky, putting them side by side, dude.
The officer will tell you that they searched the area and they did not find any evidence of a shooting. They didn't find a victim with injuries. They didn't find any of the suspects, and they didn't find any discharged cartridge cases, which are what come out of a gun after you discharge it in the surrounding area. But again, they don't know exactly where to look with the limited information that they're given. You will also hear from Mr. Ephron that approximately an hour, and he's not precise on the exact time, but approximately an hour after the shooting, he himself returned to the location.
Bro returned to the location, looking for the showcase.
No, the fuck he did not.
His girlfriend went there specifically.
Hey, so I know the fuck you ain't go back to the damn location and right. You fried, fam.
Specifically
Look at
to
his
look
face.
for
He can't believe
evidence
that
that
shit. No,
an
he
hour
couldn't believe
after
it.
the shooting, he himself returned to the location.
Bro returned to the location looking for the shell casings.
Couldn't
He
even
and
believe
his
that
girlfriend
shit.
went
ASAP
there
couldn't be like, no, I didn't.
specifically to look for
ASAP.
evidence that this had
ASAP.
happened. The evidence of the shooting. And Mr. Ephron will tell you, because he knew exactly where the shooting happened, that he was able to locate 2 fired cartridge cases. And this is actually a photograph that Mr. Ephron himself took of one of the fired cartridge cases that he found.
Don't tell me he took pictures before he picked them up. This is next level snitching.
Went to the police 2 days later, walked into the
He
Hollywood
took
police
pictures.
station to report this crime happening. He brought the 2 fired cartridge cases with him, and he gave them to the police. You will hear that the 2 cartridge cases that he
And the
brought
police
in
was happy to pick this
were
shit up.
9mm Luger.
He was happy. They was happy. The LAPD was happy to pick this case up because, bruh, the nigga is not no small. They knew it was gonna be a big case. You feel me? If they could put ASAP Rocky away, oh, that's a win. That's a win. If they could lock his ass up, that's a win, bro. You feel me? He's a black man one, and then he a big celebrity. Like, you feel me? The nigga ain't no small time up and coming artist, no shit like that. The nigga established already in the game, so it's like, what the fuck? Rihanna is his BM. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, like, how the hell? I don't know, bro. That was just dumb. Like, you put your freedom at risk. You know what I'm saying? You taking away time from your kids. They need you out here, bro. Like, what's up, man? Feel me?
Caliber cartridge cases. However, you will also hear from Mr. Ephron that immediately after the shooting, about an hour and a half later, he started text messaging the defendant. And he text messaged the defendant, "You try killing me." That was the first message he sent to him. And you'll hear that Mr. Mayers' response was to deny that anything happened.
So they're saying Rocky responded back being all
nigga, like, what the
oblivious.
fuck?
The defendant, in abbreviation, says, "What the fuck is you talking about? Why are you telling people I shot at you?" Denying that any shooting has even happened.
Y'all N-word set me up. You tried to take me from my daughter. I tried to do what? N-word, I know you hate me.
You set me up to try to take me from my daughter. And the defendant responds, "I tried to do
That don't even
what?
sound right.
I know you hate me, I hate you too."
The time's off then. If this is first, this is... The time is showing that this message is before.
The defendant responds again, "Stop making shit up." Again, denying any confrontation took place. We have already told you in jury selection, and you will hear evidence, that after this shooting, Mr. Ephron sought money from Mr. Mayers. In fact, right, hours after the shooting, so this is the next day, November 7th, in the early morning hours, 3:40 a.m., you'll hear that Mr. Ephron sent a message to one of his friends saying that he wants money. And identifying the reason why he wants that money.
Be careful, bro. Like, bro, what? What? Money for what, bro? What did ASAP owe you that bad? You feel me? What did he take from you, bro? Obviously something happened. I want to know the real story. Like, why? Something happened behind the scenes for ASAP to just snap like that. Why were they even fighting? What was the reason? What was the motive? You know what I'm saying?
It's because Mr. Mayers shot at him.
That's not a good look for the victim.
LAPD detective
Right, and they talking about he wanted money, like,
a
huh?
magazine for a semi-automatic pistol that was 9mm caliber, and that it was loaded with 6 unfired 9mm Luger rounds of live ammunition.
So this is 6 months after the shooting. All right, that's the prosecutor's opening statements. Now they're out for lunch, and they come back in 2 hours or so for defense's opening statements. All right, Rocky's lawyer right here. Defense.
Man, hey, shout out to Cam and Cuff Boys, bro. He put in a lot of work to get this to cover this trial. You feel me? He's covering from day one to the last day. He's covering all that shit. He did the same shit with the YSL trial. Shout out to Cam, man.
Opening statements.
Gentlemen, this case is about one man's jealousy, lies, and greed. And that man is not Rocky. And that man's Terell Ephron, or you heard the name Relli. He is the source of all the evidence in this case. All that the prosecution is going to rely on. He's the source of all the evidence. The 2 assaults you're going to hear about in this case were both committed by this Relli. All the evidence comes through his mouth. Every single piece of evidence for you to decide these charges comes through his mouth. This case rises or falls on his credibility. The videos you saw, without his testimony, proves absolutely nothing. You need to believe his testimony and his version of events from the video.
He looks stressed. Rocky looking not happy. Obviously, anyone in this situation, but I rarely have ever seen Rocky not smiling, dude.
That Rocky was a self-made man, risen from the most humble beginnings to extraordinary successes, through work, dedication, and artistic brilliance.
This argument is also irrelevant.
Why is the prosecutor objecting during opening statements? Shut the fuck up.
You'll hear he was born in Harlem. They said he was raised in poverty.
Your Honor,
You'll hear that
same, Your Honor, the same objection.
Bro, what?
Why are
Let
they
him
objecting to
talk.
him saying he was raised in poverty? In opening statements, you're allowed to give background information. This guy right here is John Lewin, by the way. Prosecution added him to the team last second.
evidence will show you that this Relli presents himself to the world as a wealthy, successful man. Source like that he's a recording artist, businessman. He wants a very lavish lifestyle on social media. He is all about a money grab. The truth is far different. And you're going to see this extravagant lifestyle that this Relli wants is nothing more than a fraud, built on not on success and hard work, but upon criminal activity.
You can just tell this lawyer's from New York.
Clear attempt at extortion by Relli, so he can be funding this extravagant lifestyle of his. The evidence will make clear that Relli is trying to leverage a fabricated story. Relli's own testimony, that was a catalyst
You know,
for this
I had to come
incident.
back. My bad. My
His
call was on.
resentment.
My
His own
lights was on.
testimony. His resentment was a catalyst for this incident. Over the years, Rocky achieved more and more success, but Relli, still blinded by resentment, believes otherwise. He thought for some reason Rocky didn't agree to pay, or had agreed to pay, but then didn't actually pay. And he was furious. Furious. He went as far as to threaten physical violence against him because he thought he didn't pay for the funeral or for the expense of flying the money back. He was wrong, because he did pay.
I remember that. Relli was mad at Rocky because Relli thought that Rocky didn't pay for a funeral when Rocky did pay for the funeral.
On October 16th, Relli told his friend that Rocky was a piece of shit and declared, "I'm gonna beat this nigga up."
He just dropped the M word. What the fuck?
Wait. No, the fuck he did say that.
He actually paid. And he was furious. Furious.
The fuck
He
he
went as
said.
far as to threaten
That makes
physical
more
violence
sense now.
because he thought he didn't pay for the funeral or for the expense of flying the
That
money
makes
back. He
more
was wrong,
sense now.
because he did pay.
Like the
I
reason why
remember
behind the
that.
shooting.
Relli was mad at Rocky because Relli thought that Rocky didn't pay for a funeral when Rocky did pay for the funeral.
On October 16th, Relli told his friend that Rocky was a piece of shit and declared, "I'm gonna beat this nigga up."
No, the fuck he
What the
did.
fuck?
They showed you a lot of text messages. I didn't see that one. I did not see that one. That's the catalyst. That's weeks before this incident, when he came in hot on November 6, 2021 on Argyle. And if you fast forward only a few weeks on November 6, 2021, you'll see that. You see that Relli sought to turn those threatening words into dangerous actions. The evidence will show you that on November 6, 2021, Rocky was scheduled to attend a music festival. They put it up there called Complex-Con with two other members of the ASAP crew, Elijah Ulanga and Janelle Phillips, ASAP Ills, and ASAP Twelvyy. So, in order to address Relli's resentment, because he was really mad, and have him accompany Ills and Twelvyy to the festival, Rocky reached out to him multiple times. Relli's friends to Relli saying, "Hey, I think he wants you, Rocky wants you to perform at Complex-Con." So Rocky was trying to get him to come. It was sort of a celebration of the ASAP crew. So Rocky, yes, he was urgently messaging him because they were late for this Complex-Con. You're going to hear that from multiple witnesses.
So he's trying to give him a reason why Rocky would be texting him.
Relli claimed that Rocky instigated the altercation.
Okay, that
but
makes
the evidence
sense.
will show you it was Relli who was the one looking for a fight. And he reached out first.
That nigga hot as fuck. Look at that nigga Rocky
He
face.
also shows that what followed was a very clear scuffle.
No, but look at his face though, bro. Like, fuck that. Like, no, like. Hey, man, yo. Look at this nigga. Like, I'm talking about what? This nigga don't give a fuck about nothing. Anybody can get it right now. If you see Relli, boy, it's up. Look at that nigga. No, this shit. But it's just like, you know, like, when niggas about business, just like, everybody facial expressions just don't never lie. Facial expressions never lie. That's why that shit funny, you feel me? Like, Dread sticking up his shit looking like Buster. But yeah, man, that shit crazy though, fam. Like, it just, I could tell, like, I ain't never seen Rocky look like this. That's how you know this shit for real. But let's get back to it, man. That shit just, it took me back because he kept talking about, you know, ASAP facial expressions, and long and behold, that nigga definitely hot.
Making physical contact and pulling Rocky towards him. Not Rocky pushing Relli, who outweighs him by almost 100 pounds. Not Rocky pushing Relli, but Relli pulling Rocky. The DA said in his opening, he said that Rocky was pushing Relli. You know who else said Relli was pulling Rocky? Relli said that. Relli in a statement. And when he watched the video, said, yes, I was pulling Rocky this way.
Dude, this is so messy.
There was no evidence that a gun was pressed against his stomach, directed at his chest, or pointed at his head. There's none. It shows Rocky holding an object what appears to be the gun. And Relli seized on that and manufactured his extortion claim. And we'll get to the extortion.
Manufactured his extortion claim.
The evidence will make clear that the object Relli alleged was a firearm was absolutely nothing more than a prop gun.
Prop gun, here we go.
Multiple witnesses will tell you that. Multiple witnesses will tell you that that was a prop gun. You'll learn that that was a prop gun, also called a starter gun, a blank gun.
Yo, I'm not gonna hold you.
It's used in prop movies.
At first, I was like, this ain't no way they letting ASAP off the fucking hook for a shooting in Hollywood, California. Not in no fucking Los Angeles. Not happening. Never heard of it, right? But he might have a case, you feel me? One, he got that extortion shit in the text messages. And two, nigga, ASAP really pull out a prop gun. So, you know, I'm on defense. I don't give a fuck if I see you pull out a knife, nigga. Bitch, you ain't finna what? Alright.
And music
show you
videos.
something.
Now,
ASAP,
will
let
the
me show
jury
something.
believe this? I think half of them won't, honestly. Maybe even more than half.
The evidence will show, in fact, that he was a victim of prior violence, which caused him to have to carry this. Victim of home invasions, victim of a stalker at that time, in November of 2021, victim of a slashing on his face, which he still carries with him today. It's
Your Honor, there's been no corroboration.
He's annoyed the prosecutor keeps interrupting him.
Rocky was advised by security to carry a prop gun to scare off potential attack. And by the way, folks, listen to this one. Rocky was licensed.
This dude is from New York. This lawyer is from New York. One thing about I learned, I don't give a fuck what race it is. White folks, Chinese, black, white, I mean, not white folks, but California and New York don't mix, bro. They just don't like each other. I don't know what it is, but I never seen a California nigga and a New York nigga get along. Ain't talking about any race, bro. I just never seen it, bro. I just never seen it. And you could just see the tension. You know what I'm saying? The prosecutors, they from Cali. They from, you know what I'm saying? This dude, I think he flew his ass in from New York. He got the suit on, accent, you know what I'm saying? Dude look like, you feel me? Like he got the Benzino built and shit like that. So yeah, I see what's going on. They on some prejudice shit. They really don't like that nigga. You know what I'm saying?
To possess firearms and licensed to carry firearms in November of 2021. He was licensed by the state of California. He could legally hide his own firearm. He didn't want to carry a real gun, though. Despite his ability to do so legally, he didn't want to carry a real gun. For fear that he would either injure someone or himself. So you're going to learn that in July 2021, a few months before the incident with Relli, Rocky was in a music video with Rihanna that had prop guns in it. The evidence will show you that Rocky took one of them, which he carried as a security measure, as he was advised to do to scare off potential attackers. And that's exactly what he tried to do with Relli on November 6, 2021. Unfortunately, you hear that Relli was not to be deterred, not scared, because Relli knew that that gun wasn't real. All of Rocky's friends knew that Rocky carried a prop gun for safety. All of them. He has his hand around Rocky's neck or shoulder, and Rocky's right hand then finally comes up. Boom. This guy has his hands around Rocky's neck or shoulder before Rocky's right hand comes up. Boom. And then you've heard and you saw in the video, they go backwards. Relli, yeah, who's muttering, you can see that from there, said to the police, yeah, I pulled him back. I pulled him back.
So he's trying to combat what the state already said, that Rocky was pushing him when Relli already admitted that he pulled him.
He weighs him by almost 100 pounds. Relli pulled him back. And by the way, all the gun pointing to the head, chest, pressed against the stomach would have had to have happened within seconds of that video with that kid Ills in between them. Seconds. You saw none of that on the video. There's a block and then a walk around the block where the second thing happened. That guy followed them around two corners, pursuing them. He hadn't had enough, apparently. They were walking away from him, trying to get away from him. He pursued them around two corners. And the evidence will show you that those guys, Rocky, Ills, and Twelvyy, tried to get away from him. They tried.
Yeah, I was confused about that too. The way the state said it earlier, I think, was that Rocky and them tried to walk away. Relli followed them around the corners.
Relli not not only continued to follow the guy with a real gun, but he followed and yelled at them and berated them and told the ills, you're a crackhead. And told Twelvyy, you live in the projects. You're not successful like me. And told Rocky, you're a bitch. So the guy who supposedly pulled a real gun on him, and now apparently someone else has a knife too, and they're running away from him, he's chasing them, antagonizing them. And you'll get Relli's answer to the police. I don't know. I don't know.
Police asked Relli why he would follow him when he thought he pulled a real gun on him.
Of course he didn't know. He had to say, I didn't know. Why follow him?
Oh, that sounds stupid as hell.
That he knew Rocky's gun was a prop gun. Because that wouldn't work for his narrative. He fired twice, hoping the sound would be enough to scare off Relli and protect Bills. Wrong.
Reverse Uno, the prosecutor, saying that Relli was the aggressor and Rocky was trying to scare him off with the prop gun.
You'll see that Relli knew the prop gun couldn't hurt him, first of all. Second, you're going to see that Relli wasn't hiding behind Ills or under Ills. In fact, in the video, if you look carefully, we'll show you, you'll see that Relli's on top of Ills as they're on the floor, on top of him. And even after Rocky left the scene, listen, even after Rocky left the scene and ran, evidence will show you that Relli continued to attack Ills.
Pull that nigga with shades in the back.
One part about that video is they cut out that last part of the video. We'll play the full part. But the part where Ills goes back and attacks, Relli goes back and attacks Ills. They cut that part of that video out. It's not on that sequence surveillance video. There's Ills on top. Relli on top of Ills, punching him. That's Ills going down to the ground. Rocky's gone. Twelvyy's about to be gone. And watch. There goes Relli back after Ills. Shit. And then he goes away after he hits him again. Ills eventually caught up with Twelvyy and Rocky.
So he's saying ASAP Ill's face was all messed up, punched up from Relli?
Don't worry about Shield. He's going after him. And then the last clip is...
So he's just really trying to change the narrative that Relli was the aggressor. It could work. You never know. He's just casting doubt. That's all this is.
What you'll learn is that Relli returned to that scene an hour later. He returned to the scene an hour later. And he attempted to fabricate evidence. Ladies and gentlemen, this is some offensive stuff. It's in crystal clear. He attempted to fabricate evidence. You'll hear Relli's claim that he came back to the area an hour later with his girlfriend Lydia Parker.
Here we go. This is such a good hole for defense lawyer to fuck.
That while they were there, he quickly found 2 shell casings. And Rocky fired right there, picked them up, and he found them. And then he videotaped them. An hour later. You will see that story fall apart so hard. 7 police officers arrived.
Break that shit down, Carl.
Every inch.
Break the ass down, bro.
I could not believe what I heard. The opening statement. Oh, the police didn't know where to look. Police searched the exact same spot.
So he said he can't believe what he heard in the opening statement. The police searched the exact same spot and they didn't find shit.
The police are searching with flashlights. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 right there right now. There were 7. There's another one here. This is where the alleged tussling was with Relli and Ills. Rocky's here. Twelvy's here. Here's the corner they came around. So this is where the shots. Yeah, very high tech, Your Honor. This is where the shots were.
Damn, so the police were literally in the exact spot where the shooting was, and they didn't find anything? Dude, what? The police are standing right where the shooting happened.
So, what the police officers searching that scene found were no shell casings, no bullet fragments anywhere, and they were there. 7 officers with flashlights searching everywhere. No shell casings, no bullet fragments, no damaged property. Understand, there was a car filled with cars.
The nigga ain't find nothing.
From where this alleged shooting was, real ones, right? A window broken, a tire popped, a dent in a piece of metal. No damage to any vehicle at all.
That's good for the prop gun theory. This is going well so far, but to be honest, he's doing a good job.
Absolutely no sign of a real gun being fired. But still, they're going to ask you to believe Relli, who miraculously found them in the dark an hour later after 7 trained officers with searchlights in the same exact spot couldn't find them. So much for the officers didn't know where to look.
This is fucking crazy. How did the police not find it, but he apparently did, dude?
And you'll learn shortly after sending those messages to Rocky and to his business manager, you're going to learn that Relli sent another message to his business partner, to Relli's business partner, saying, I want to get this nigga's money.
I can't believe he's just dropping the N-word right there.
That's what was on his mind. Not his near-death experience. Oh my God, how did he even survive that scrape on his knuckles?
Yo, they just didn't know it fraud as fuck. I ain't gonna lie.
No. Texting everyone, I'm going to get rich, I'm going to get his money. That's all he cared about. And you'll hear that because the civil lawyer would only take his case.
That's all he was thinking about.
He went to the police Relli then went to the police 2 days later.
That's crazy. Civil lawyer was like, brother, you haven't gone to the police about this? What are you doing? This is all just
He's
so fucked.
stupid.
So there's a reason why Rocky feels confident enough to do this and not take that plea. It's because there's some holes in this that a jury could be like, I don't know.
You do have to decide because his credibility is at issue here.
Right.
You have to decide if he was lying, if he was embellishing.
Ace gonna get out. He
He
can
was
get
making
out.
up a story to get money. Relli at this very moment has a civil lawsuit against Rocky, seeking millions of dollars. $30 million.
Oh,
I
hell
didn't know the
no.
lawsuit was $30 million, bro.
Oh, hell
Make sure your
no.
knuckles
He's
heal.
trying to get paid.
Detective said you should
Not
go
deal
to
with
the
Rocky
hospital
ever again.
for this case. We instruct victims to go to the hospital, make it look better.
He's trying to get paid out and never have to deal with Rocky again.
Then those shell cases that the 7 officers did not find hard.
Ooh, that's a good sentence.
They took samples, the police did, of Rocky's DNA for the purpose of comparison. They took his DNA to compare it with the bullets. 0. Nothing.
That's good. A good point to hammer home. No DNA found on anything.
Never connected to the shell casings. As I mentioned, he was licensed to carry and possess firearms. You'll learn that he legally possessed firearms, which in fact were recovered from his home. You saw that whole bunch of pictures. He had firearms legally in his home. No problem. Because the search they recovered. The evidence will show you that none of those firearms recovered were 9mm caliber. Because he didn't have one. You'll learn that 9mm caliber of the shell casings that Relli claims are recovered from the scene, exactly the type of gun that Rocky didn't possess or own. You'll hear, and you heard from their opening, that there was a single magazine containing 9mm ammunition in his home. And you'll learn that belonged to his manager, Lou Levy, who will tell you, he will be here and testify why that was his. He also was licensed. Most importantly, though, when it comes to this little issue of the bullets recovered by Relli, 9mm ammunition recovered in Rocky's home, that one magazine, 5 bullets or whatever. Most importantly, you're going to learn that the shell casings were completely different than the ones that Relli said he found at the scene gave to the police. Completely different.
It was different, dog.
You'll learn that the 9mm ammunition in Rocky's home was a brand called Sig Sauer, and the Relli shell casings that he claims to have found at the scene, that police missed, were a brand called Terell.
So it's a completely different brand, casings or bullets or whatever. Another W for defense.
Oh my
This
God.
is the one in the house.
You better be
That's
careful.
that magazine that they recovered with 3 bullets in it.
Man, like with evidence
That was
like
Lou
that.
Weapons. It says Sig. I can't see nothing now, so can you zoom back a little bit?
That nigga say he found the shell case.
S-I-G.
That nigga ain't find a goddamn thing. He lied.
S-A-U.
That nigga brought some old shell cases he found, nigga,
What's this?
in LA, in the hall, in the
What?
alleyway
Luger.
somewhere, nigga.
Sig, S-I-G.
Nigga
Sig
finessing
Luger.
this shit.
The ones at the scene are these from Relli. FC, which stands for Federal Cartridge. Completely different brand, completely different bullet. Those are the ones from the house that belong to someone else who testified here. So much for that big reveal on the opening. They didn't show you that. No. They didn't show you the comparison of the bullets.
Yikes. It's kind of dismantling it so far. Low key.
Rises and falls, on the word and credibility of Relli, who is a proven criminal and perjurer.
Criminal and perjurer.
There are no gunshot wounds, no evidence of actual gunfire as officers at the scene, no shell casings found at the scene. When the police arrived, there
It
was no
sounds again like your argument.
evidence will show you there was no property damage, no fingerprints, no DNA linking Rocky to anything. And that's because what Rocky had was a prop gun. Either that, or he's the luckiest man to ever walk the face of this earth.
He had a prop gun or he's the luckiest man to ever walk the face of this earth.
But Relli's attempt to extort Rocky, that is real. Out of millions of dollars, and using this criminal case as a
M's, and them boy, 30 M's,
civil law.
man.
And folks, go back to what I first said to you. That if Rocky's found guilty here, he automatically has liability in the civil case to get money. Lots
No,
of
that's absolutely improper.
That's the
No, because you're being
Well, it's just understanding.
Counsel continues to make whatever stop. You don't speaking objections.
Yeah,
Stop.
right. Shut the
What
fuck up.
happened?
hard evidence of an extortion in this case, the evidence will show you, and perjury to try to cover it. The evidence will show you Relli's understanding in that regard, that if Rocky's found guilty here, he automatically has liability in the civil case to get money. Lots of
No,
money.
that's absolutely improper. No, because you're being
Yeah, they
Something
know.
about Rocky being found guilty, then it's all automatically liable for money and the whole lawsuit.
Disregard anything about the consequences of whether Mr. Mayers is or is not convicted in this case.
He did an incredible job on opening statements.
Yeah, he snapped. You
Poked a
feel
lot
me?
of holes, casting
He
doubt,
snapped on that
alternate
bitch, man.
theories. That's all you need to do. The prop gun thing is, it's a little weird, but there was some evidence to back it up. Now we have a officer here testifying, I believe. Probably one of the officers that showed up. Apparently this guy's mom is Erica Jane Girardi. Don't know who that is, but... I mean, this is literally the corner that the shooting happened, like... And they're all searching. They think it happened in the parking lot, but it was on the road. They don't know at this point.
When there's a shooting, especially in a densely populated area, you get more than one person calling. And that's always an indication that you more than likely have a legitimate shooting.
Okay. Is it fair to say at that point you were having trouble determining
Right.
the crime?
That's correct.
But is it fair to say that even the MTA employee told you he wasn't sure if it was gunshots? He said possible.
Right. I heard that on the video. He said maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. It could have been something to that effect.
So prosecutors really trying to explain why they would not be sure there was gunshots. Why they were saying that, because they initially, that's kind of how it works. They're not for sure there was a shooting, so they got to investigate. But
when you're told that that person does not want to meet with you, how does that affect your investigation?
Well, it's tough. I mean, I know there's...
So the person that called 911 doesn't want to meet with the police and talk to them.
The expectation on us will be right to just figure it out on our own. But the reality is we need the public's help. We need to meet with people who saw what happened and determine they needed to call the police. That there are witnesses, there are best means of investigation for sure. Vehicles with windshields and windows that are destroyed, flat tires on vehicles, damage to vehicles, impacts from firearms.
Did you see any of that?
We did not, no.
Okay. Did you find any victims in the parking lot?
No.
No evidence of a shooting, really? You basically just said?
Can you say to a certainty that there was not a fired cartridge case in that street on Vista Del Mar?
I can't say that. I may have missed something. It's possible.
I may have missed something. It's possible. All right. Does that help the state's case? Maybe a little bit, but does that make police officers look bad? A little bit, yeah. All right, defense cross-examination.
The possibility that you may have missed something. Remember that line of questioning the prosecutor asked you about?
Yes, sir.
You're not trained to miss something. You're trained to find it, correct?
Correct.
All right. Now, when you say you may have missed something, there were 7 of you guys responding officers at the scene, correct?
Did you say 7?
Yeah.
I don't think it was 7, but...
Look, most of the short, you don't know if you missed something, right?
I don't think anybody would know if they missed something, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. When was the first time you discussed the possibility that maybe you missed something with the prosecutors? What was the first time you discussed that?
I mean, today we reviewed stuff, right?
No, I wasn't there today.
Correct.
But it was the first time you discussed maybe I missed something.
Yeah.
When did this happen?
Oh, this was in 2021.
And what's it now?
This is 2025.
Okay. So today.
4
is the first
years
time you
later,
discussed the
man.
prosecutors.
That's crazy. I gotta wait 4 years of my life to go to a trial.
Kind of crazy, right? First
Fuck.
time he's ever discussed he may have missed something since the incident. Oh, there's definitely more than 3 officers there total. This guy's tripping. I saw at least 5 or 6.
And that video truly and accurately reflects your activities during the search of the scene on November 6, 2021, correct?
Correct.
You want to offer as defense exhibit A? Offering into evidence. I identified it, now I'm offering it. Offering it evidence.
Into evidence?
Yes, sir.
Your objection? There can be a motion to admit evidence at any time as long as there is a foundation and it's relevant and admissible. Do you have an objection now as to foundation?
Why is the state objecting to this body cam footage coming into evidence? All right, and they recessed for the day. Honestly, pretty good day for the defense, but this is a sketchy trial. I mean, he could have just went to jail for 180 days and had 3 years probation, and now he's putting, you know, they said they're going to recommend 10 to 12 year sentence. So
That's
Rocky could go to fucking
crazy,
prison.
bro.
What is that, 7 to 10 years? 7 years on good behavior, 8 years on good behavior, or some shit. I don't know what it is. But Rocky's risking prison time. We're going to see this trial should be done in the next week or 2. Honestly, that's what they've been saying. So it should be like a 2-week trial. Hit subscribe, join channel membership. I love you guys. Thanks for the support.
Son.
Peace out.
Hey man, that was the end of that video. That shit fucked me up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We about to we about to continue to react to this shit, man. Y'all stay tuned. It's your boy Five shit only. You know what I'm saying? We going to fuck up, man. I appreciate the love, comments, and support. Hey, bitch, we going up, man. Y'all like, I'm about to say, y'all like, subscribe, and then like again, and share it. Love y'all.